What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving break and you'll never guess where I am. Of course I'm at Six Flags. I've been here many times before, many times by myself. Loser. And this is actually my first time vlogging by myself. But it's gonna be a fun day because it is a light day today. It's right after Thanksgiving, it's right after Cyber Monday or whatever. And it's a Tuesday, so it's a work day and a school day. So yeah, I hope to ride every single ride open today. The good thing about the park being really light is that yes, there's no line, but the bad part is that this is the time where the park chooses to close a lot of the rides down for maintenance, for other issues, but I hope all the main rides are still open, like Twisted Colossus X2 or whatnot. So I'm gonna try to tackle most of them and it's gonna be a fun day. So let's go. All right, the first ride's gonna be this giant of a ride called Goliath. And I know a lot of people hate this ride, but I think it's pretty good. It's really smooth. It has some nice forces. I decided not to go for full throttle first because that's like kind of like a noob move. It's right next to the park, so a lot of people hit there first. But instead, I choose to go to the back or towards the middle of the park and get all those rides down, and then kind of come back for full throttle after. Alright, so I don't know why Goliath gets such a bad rep, because it's such a fun ride. Yes, it doesn't do anything crazy, but you are going fast. You do get some airtime. The drop isn't, the steepest, but it does its job. You feel that kind of weightlessness. You do feel the forces in the helix. So yeah, if you're, I recommend this ride. So now I'm going to Twisted Colossus. I know it's open because I saw it running. They got some cool Christmas decoration. Oh, they changed the name. It's Gleam Punk. You got Santa sled. Should I get on? Nah, I'm too embarrassed. I'm by myself. I made it to Twisted Colossus, my favorite ride at the park. And I actually haven't rode this in so long, so I'm super excited. And as expected, it's a walk-on. Oh man, Twisted Colossus, whew, so good. A little discombobulated, but it's completely worth it. So now I'm headed to Scream. I haven't rode Scream in a while either, so I'm looking forward to it. So I'll be right back. First row, Beat England. Whoa. Man, I don't know if you can hear me through the video, but I screamed a lot. Not because it was exhilarating, but because it was so painful. I don't remember it being that rough. Like, there's a thing called B&M rattle where it kind of rattles you. Usually it's kind of like a light vibration, but today when I rode it, literally like side to side vibration. So it really bumped my ears a couple times, and every inversion you bang your head. So that wasn't fun at all. But it is what it is. Now I'm headed to Riddler's, and then right across Riddler's is Gold Rush, or I don't know, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, so get those 2 rides in, West Coast, Apocalypse, the whole ordeal, make my lap around the park. So let's go. I actually do not look forward to riding this, because not that it is a bad ride, but it is pretty forceful, and every time I ride it my legs kind of become sore, because this is a stand-up coaster if you didn't know. So you're basically standing throughout the whole ride. There's a little seat between your crotch. So if you don't want to bust your crotch, you kind of have to stand up.
What did he say?
So it's kind of like a lose-lose scenario, where if you don't want your legs to be sore, you're gonna be in pain. If you don't want to be in pain, your legs are gonna be sore.
Visit CDC.
But it's for the views. I gotta do it for the views, right? Well, that was a fail. I actually didn't record any of that. I had my phone out. I was pointing it in front of me the whole ride, but I didn't press record or something. But yes, but regardless, it was a good ride. What I did was, I know I was talking about the pain. Parts of the ride that was smooth, I would just kind of sit on my butt or crotch. So there was a slight discomfort, but it wasn't too bad. The rougher, forceful points, I stood up, so I used my legs, and I'm not too sore right now, which is a good sign. Overall, it's amazing that Scream, which is a sit down, and it's a newer B&M coaster, is way more rougher than this. That actually wasn't that bad. It was pretty smooth, not too much rattle. I think I banged my head just once, and that was kind of my fault because I was kind of leaning that way. But overall, it was a fun ride. It was a lot better than I expected, so it was good. Alright, next ride we got Gold Rusher. This is a ride that I haven't done in almost I would say 10 years. But since I'm doing all the rides here, it's kind of a must. I kind of have to bite my tongue and do what I set out to do. But let's go. No wait. Alright, I just finished Gold Rusher and I made it to West Coast. Gold Rusher wasn't that bad. It was actually not that bumpy. Yeah, so if you're here, maybe you should ride it. Anyways, I was thinking of going to Superman, but I know that it doesn't run if it's less than 10 people, so I'm gonna kind of come back for that. So I came to West Coast and Apocalypse first. Good. Enough said. Now, apocalypse. Alright, just got off Apocalypse and it was a lot rougher than I remembered, and that's part of the charm of a wooden roller coaster, so can't really complain. So now I'm headed up the Samurai Summit, so hopefully get on Superman pretty fast, get on Ninja because I saw it running, and there's I think a few more and then I'm gonna call it a day. Man, I just got off Ninja, and that's one of the rides that I usually typically never ride. And it's fun because it's such an unusual feeling that you're swinging side to side, and it's fairly smooth. And it is pretty old, but I think Magic Mountain takes pretty good care of it. I hope they get like a repaint, and hopefully it sticks around for a while because that's super fun. So Superman was actually closed. It was open earlier today, but since it's such a light day today, I think they kind of closed it for the rest of the day. But regardless, I'm at X2. Thankfully it's open. So the only rides that are closed today is Tatsu, Batman, and Superman, which is not too bad. That kind of leaves me 12 rides that I can ride other than Kiddie Coaster, and I think I got about 8 or 9. I got a couple more to go. I'm hanging in there, I'm hungry, but it's for you guys, So X2. So X2 is like the only coaster that I'm kind of scared to film on. I might not film on it. It is kind of intense, and I also kind of want to just enjoy it and not film. So we'll see. All right, so to give a little perspective, it's about 12:35, and I got about like 10 rides in, and X2 is a literal walk-on. Man, X2 is such a demonic ride. Like it just flips you so chaotically, and it's pretty insane. And I think that's why a lot of people love it. I personally like it. I think it's my second favorite ride behind just the Colossus. It's running only one train, but you know, light day. Probably waited like 6 minutes, which is good. I got 3 more rides to go, and I'm super hungry, so I'm gonna call it. I have Revolution, Full Throttle, and Viper. And Viper is the only one that I don't look forward to, but I gotta do it, you know. All right, so I just got off Viper. I was recording, but halfway through, I think the forces, because of the forces, I pressed the stop record button. But regardless, it was a pretty good ride. Just as bumpy as I remembered, just as painful. But I think it has its own charm. I think the double loop back to back was pretty fun. The first drop was pretty fun. I don't mind it. I don't hate it as much as other people do, but I don't love it as much as other people do. And now I'm at New Revolution. It'll be a quick ride and then down to full throttle. Just finished New Revolution. Now it's the final ride, full throttle. Hopefully the line isn't too bad. I don't think it will be bad. But after that, I get to go home, finally. Just finished full throttle. I am done. 12 rides in, 12 of the open rides, and excluding like kiddie coasters, I finished them all. So that completes my day at Six Flags Magic Mountain, riding every ride that's open and available. So I was a little bummed out because I couldn't get all 15, because I think that will really satisfy like this challenge. But the 3 of the rides were down, so it's really not my fault. So I do want to come back and really get those 15. And today was the perfect day to do it, and it was pretty sad that I wasn't able to. So thank you again for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you next time.